I want to play Fortnite. This part's a boss fight. Headset, baby. Is it my turn to play yet? Run! Oh, we lost again. You messed it up. Go left, not right. It was an accident.
It's okay, kids.
Yeah, GG.
Welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my princess of a wife, Joanne. That'll make sense later. If you're new here, Joanne and I are a married couple. We have 2 kids, ages 4 and 6, and we like to talk about life and games here on the podcast, as we are parents who game and gamers who parent.
Yes, sirree.
As per usual for us, we'll start off by talking about what's been going on in our lives this last week. We've had a lot of Halloween-esque events.
True.
And things to talk about.
It's right around the corner. So.
Yep. Halloween is going to be this upcoming week. And so much going on, especially with kids in school and all kinds of things to do.
Yeah.
So first up was at Faith's school, her preschool. They had a pumpkin party. I think that's what they were calling it. And parents were invited, which is cool. We got to go to Faith's class for like an hour, and they had pizza and chips and fruit and all kinds of snacks for the kids.
Yeah.
And they do like some crafts and stuff. I only made the second half of the party, so I may have missed something at the beginning.
They did a fall craft, which is basically making your own scarecrow face.
Okay.
With some like stickers and straw. But Faith did a good job. She was excited. Oh, and they also had a storytelling with the lights off and everyone holding glow sticks. Ooh. And they were talking about the creepy crayon. So Faith really enjoyed that because the teacher was very animated.
Yeah, that always makes better storytelling. And then at the end of the party, Faith got to pick a pumpkin to bring home.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which it was kind of a funny story because they have this, smallish pumpkin patch, but a bunch of pumpkins in this one area. And one of the staff basically told Faith, "Hey, you can pick a pumpkin, you can take it home." And there's all kinds of pumpkins, big pumpkins, small pumpkins. Most of them are orange.
Yeah, orange or white.
Yeah, normal. There were like some white pumpkins. And then like that's all I saw when looking at it from I didn't go up as close as Faith did, obviously. She goes up and picks one up, and she picks up like this weird squished, it's not like a normal pumpkin shape. It's kind of squished down.
So apparently that's called the patty pan pumpkin.
Patty pan pumpkin? Okay,
yeah.
There you go. So now you know the name, so you can look it up if you want to. It's almost shaped like a disc or a saucer or something. It's almost like a little bit thicker than a Frisbee.
Yes, yeah.
Right? And it's dark green.
Yeah.
And I don't see a whole lot of pumpkins like that very often. I don't think I have. It doesn't when you look at it, you're not oh, that's a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised. I was out of all of them, Faith picked that one. I thought she was going to pick one of the bigger ones, or maybe the ones that were a different color. But yeah, she went with this one. So now we have that here at home, and I'm I don't know what we're supposed to do with that.
It's going to be part of her Ursula pumpkin that she had. I put it next to it. It looks like a starfish, so I put it next to Ursula.
Kinda.
Yeah, but I was shocked when she picked it up the first time. I'm where did that come from? It's the size of her hand, and it was dark green, so I thought it was a frog, a big bullfrog.
I didn't even see it there because it's the same color as the grass.
Yeah, but yep, there it is, patty pan pumpkin.
Okay, yeah, so we learned something, a new kind of pumpkin that exists, apparently.
And speaking of pumpkins, we also did some pumpkin carving this week.
That's right. You and the kids.
Yeah, me and the kids. We wanted to carve a pumpkin for the first time ever. And it's funny because how I came to have that idea of pumpkin carving with the kids is because Faith has this list of fun things to do with your parents throughout the month of October. And it's like a bingo chart. And one of it is carve a pumpkin with your parents. And I really, really want to like strike it all off on that list.
Yeah.
So overachieving, I know. And so I bought that pumpkin carver thing. So it was actually our first time ever pumpkin carving. All of us went out. We were all excited because there has been so much hype about pumpkin carving in their schools. And I had Dylan help cut that first thing before we scoop out the insides of the pumpkin, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he helped cut a circle. And once the pumpkin thing came out and the smell was like, okay, OMG, we never expected pumpkin to smell like this. I don't think we've ever smelled raw pumpkin before. So we were just shocked. And then they felt it with their hands on the inside. They stuck their arms in to feel the jack-o'-lantern. And they were like, ew, it's so slimy and stringy. And yeah, they were gross out. They had to wash their hands and arms after because they were like, nope, we're not scooping that. You're doing it. So I ended up doing most of the work after between scooping it out. And then they're just like, playing around.
Yeah.
But then it was funny because I think in the northern states, they've already started pumpkin carving and, you know, putting it outside, making it look nice. But it's also cooler in the northern states, so it lasts longer.
True.
But down here in Texas, it only lasted 2 days before we realized there was like mold coming out of the...
Well, first there was tons of gnats.
Oh yeah, gnats and flies.
Ants.
And
not like a ton of ants, but... And then also just after the 2 days, like it started turning black.
Yeah.
And like it was like a mold that was like growing on the inside, right?
Mm-hmm. And it was like having juice coming out too, like...
Yeah, and you could tell, like you could just kind of start to pick it up or feel it, and it's like a basketball that's like deflating, right? Like it doesn't have its sturdiness anymore. It's starting to fall apart.
Yeah, so bad idea for doing it so early.
It did not last till Halloween or anywhere close to Halloween. Yeah. So, but it was the fun part of it that the kids got to like have a kind of partake in it. Faith got to do like the coloring, right?
Oh yeah, so I bought some pumpkin markers specifically for coloring pumpkins, and she did a good job at coloring around the carved pumpkin. So
yeah, so it kind of looked like they were wearing makeup or like
a clown.
It was clown. Jack-o'-lantern. So yeah, good work on that.
Yeah. I'm glad I took a picture right after that happened.
Next time if we do it, it needs to be like right before Halloween. Like the day before.
Yep, live and learn.
Yeah. And then this week, Dylan also had his Booster-thon event, which we talked a little bit about another week, where people can donate like under his name to the school. And then he gets like different prizes based on how much money he...
Yeah, we
raises,
spoke about
right?
this. Yeah,
and he gets different prizes, right? And he's got some of them already, and that basically like came to a close, right? And on the final day, they like run through an obstacle course.
Yes.
Right? And you got to go and watch because you are part of the PTA.
No, because I volunteered. Yeah.
Okay. And not everyone got to go. So I didn't get to like see this, but you were able to be there and see Dylan go through this obstacle course. So what can you tell us?
So it was cool because the obstacle course start at this big colorful balloon arch, right? And then you go through this wall climbing sort of bouncy castle, like a big one, about 2 stories high. And then they slide down that. But that's only for the older kids, though. We did not allow the pre-K or kindergarten kids to go on that.
That's too bad. So Dylan didn't get to go on that.
Yeah, so that was the first thing. And then followed by, jumping on hoops. They have numbers.
Like hula hoops on the ground?
Yeah, sort of like jumping on each ones. And then going through a cone obstacle course, which was my zone. And then they have hurdles after that they go under, not over, thank God.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they go through more cones, and then going through this like tent filled with pool noodles. They kind
cool.
of like run through.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty fun. And then after that, they get on another long bouncy castle, which is its own obstacle course in itself. Inside there, you know, they have like those turning things and climbing stuff. And those are shorter, so they could let the younger kids go on it and have fun. But for every lap they do, they get more money. I don't understand, because I think it's like donations per lap or a fixed amount donation. And I know we donated as the Gamer Parents Podcast. We donated and we did it per lap. So if he did all 35 laps, which he did, I'm so proud of him. He gets the full amount of what was donated.
All right, so how much are we out on this?
That is a good question. We will need to know in the next few days.
Should be like, Dylan, slow down, buddy. You're doing good. Take your time. No, I'm just kidding. But I just saw pictures and videos, and it looked really cool. The whole setup that they had, it was like the obstacle course of obstacle courses, like for kids those ages.
Yeah, and it's like around the whole car park, so it was pretty big for their short little legs.
Yeah, if I was volunteering, I'd be like, once the kids are done, I'd be like, all right, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah.
This looks fun.
Yeah. And the best part of volunteering for that was every time Dylan ran past me, he would stop and give me a kiss and a hug, and then he goes on. And at one point, he was like proudly telling his friends that that's my mom.
Yeah, you even got that on video, which was awesome.
But yeah, that was nice. Glad I was there for that. But that same day, the PTAs were busy that day.
Busy day.
Yeah, I did not volunteer for this next event, but I saw a lot of my fellow PTA friends doing it. It's a trunk or treat event at Dylan's school.
Yep, which we got to go to, and we're within walking distance, so it was super easy. We just honestly, we meet up with some of the neighbors on the way, and kind of went as a group over to the trunk or treat. And if you're not familiar with a trunk or treat, it is a thing that a lot of schools do near Halloween time, where people will just kind of drive their cars in and open the backs and pass out candy, and you kind of trick or treat to the different cars versus going through to like houses. And
the trunks are decorated.
Yeah, a lot of times they're like decorated uniquely, and so it's definitely a lot more work than just normal trick or treating for the people who are giving out the candy.
I know last year we actually did a trunk or treat, remember, at a preschool?
Yeah, we did. We probably talked about that like a year ago.
But it was definitely more work than I thought it would be. So, yeah, it's different to attend and enjoy one versus having a trunk yourself. But, yeah, eventually I'll do it again. But this year I wanted a break. But there were a lot of cool trunks. I have a few favorites.
Okay, yeah. Which ones?
So my first favorite was the Harry Potter one.
Which they had some kind of Harry Potter trivia.
Yes, so the whole trunk, the back part of it was the station, the train station, the 9 3/4.
Yep, the platform.
Yeah. So that was like the whole thing covering. And then they had this like sign, post that shows like different road signs, right? They had 3 cauldrons stacked on top of each other and like well decorated with bubbles and moss. And on the topmost cauldron, there was a wand and lights, and the wand was spinning, like stirring the cauldron.
Oh, wow.
I know. So it was like moving, and I thought it was really cool. And even they have Hedwig the owl there that actually like interacts with you if you go near it, but I think it was out of battery, so it was more for looks. Otherwise, it would actually make some screeching noise and move. And they had a trivia, and it's funny how they did the trivia. It was in a chest that they opened up, and they had all different kind of Ollivander's wand, different ones from Ollivander's wand shop. And then they even had a sign that says, "Are you a Muggle or a wizard?" And that sign was over like few more suitcases, like old school suitcases. So they went all out.
Yeah.
I know.
We just kind of walked by it. I didn't go up to that one because we kind of did some divide and conquering between you and Faith
Yeah.
and me and Dylan, and I saw that one, but there was a bunch of people. There was some long lines for some of them, and we kind of picked and choose the ones that had shorter lines because you get more candy that way.
Yeah, they even had a Quidditch game next to it.
Wow, yeah.
But I didn't play it because their line was long.
They really did go all out on that one.
I know. I was so impressed. As a Potterhead, I had to stop by, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dylan doesn't really know Harry Potter yet, so he didn't really get drawn into that one.
Neither does Faith.
But there was another one that Dylan saw. And by the way, Dylan went dressed up as a pirate.
Yes.
Pirate hat and everything. And Faith went...
as Ursula, the sea witch.
Yes, as Ursula. And so there was one that was kind of like pirate sea themed. I don't know if it was pirate necessarily.
Yeah.
But like there was a wood plank on the ground, right? And they had this mat thing out that made it look like it was water underneath, and then it said "walk the plank" on it, right? Which is, to me, that's more of a pirate thing. And then at the other end of the plank, there is like a shark at the back of their car, right? And you stick your hand in there to get a piece of candy, right? And I was like,
in the shark's
Dylan,
mouth.
yeah, you should totally go walk the plank, right? You're dressed up as a pirate; it's the perfect one for you. So we did that one. And, you know, he walked the plank no problem and grabbed his candy right out of the shark's mouth.
Yeah.
So that one was kind of cool.
I thought it was cool too. That was my second favorite actually. And the cute part was Faith actually, like, she was wobbling over the walk the plank.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not real, Faith. It's just pretend.
I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to fall in the water.
I know. She
There's probably sharks in there.
I know. She was like, I think she could tell it wasn't real, but her brain couldn't process that it wasn't real, you know, so her body still acts like... It reminded me of how I reacted when I was using this virtual reality headset one time and walking the plank over like a skyscraper. Yeah. I mean, I knew it wasn't real. I knew I was on flat surface, but when I was walking the plank with that headset, I was just wobbling, you know?
Yeah, your eyes are telling you something different.
Yeah, so I think it worked the same for a 4-year-old, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and she wouldn't stick her arm inside the shark's mouth, obviously, because, yeah.
That's fine. I'm proud of her. Normally, we don't want to do that anyways, so.
I know. So, I took it for her. And then, is there any other favorites that you have, or was it just these two? I saw a Paw Patrol one that I thought was pretty cool,
We didn't see that. So, the reason we kind of split up was because Dylan wanted a snow cone.
Yeah.
Which takes a while for kids to eat.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with him while he was finishing that off, and you got to take Faith up ahead. So you got to go, I think, check out a lot more stuff than we did. I know there was like an inflatable like spider, right? Like on the ground, and they had like different legs that kind of came up and had different points like for the different legs.
Ring toss.
And you would throw rings, yeah.
Yeah.
And try to get them to land on the legs of the spider. And Dylan did that. That was kind of cool.
That was cool.
I'm trying to remember any of the other special ones.
Do you do the Lilo and Stitch beanbag toss?
No.
Okay. It was that too. And then, so I was saying the other one that I like, the number 3 that I like. So I only had 3 favorites, right? So the last one that I like was the Paw Patrol. They actually had all the Paw Patrol stickers and inflatables up, and then it had the big 3-foot tower of the Paw Patrol tower. I forgot what's the name of the tower.
I know
the one
what
where
you're
they
talking
slide
about.
down.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So they had all that, and then they had a game with it too, which was just throwing a ball into something. But I thought it was cool how they deck out in all the Paw Patrol, and younger kids like Faith enjoy that, you know?
That's cool. I don't know who these people are or like how they have this much Paw Patrol stuff in this example, right?
Don't we too? I feel like we do too.
Well, I mean, like, when are they going to use that stuff?
I know,
like,
right?
Outside of stuff like this, right? But it's cool that they have it and they can bring it out and are willing to do that. And, you know, for people that they may or may not even know, for other kids' enjoyment.
But that gave me an idea, though, for like toys that we don't use as much anymore in their rooms, and to use that for future trunk or treat.
Yeah, could. Yeah, for sure.
But that was it for the trunk or treat. Super fun. And I'm glad they did it earlier because Halloween is next week and that's going to be more,
Yeah. But now we get into the weekend. And of course, we had another soccer game this morning.
Yeah.
And last week we talked about how Dylan had finally won a game, or his team had finally won with him there. And this one we did end up losing, but it was a really high scoring game. I think it was like 4-6.
Yeah.
Maybe 5-6. I don't know. It was like, although we still lost, we did score a lot of goals.
Yeah.
And other teams just scored more, but it was still very like highly active. Still overall a good game.
Yeah.
We had a few slip ups, but still a fun game. So this was also the last one of the season, right?
Yeah.
So this will be the last soccer game for a while.
Unless we get into the playoffs, which I doubt.
I don't think we did. I don't think we made it to that.
Yeah.
But there's always next season. And then after that, the same day, today,
yes,
we had a birthday party.
Yes,
for
we
you.
did.
Because your birthday is coming up.
For you? Oh, for me.
For you, in you.
Yeah, for me and your mom.
Yes. Yeah. Because your birthdays are only a few days apart.
Yeah, we do birthdays in doubles here.
Yeah, and so we were celebrating today. And since both of your birthdays are near Halloween,
yeah,
this is what we do, kind of something like this every year.
Since 2020 or 2019? No, 2020.
Was it? Yeah, I don't
Since
even
Faith
know.
was just born, yes.
Yeah, and being that it's so close to Halloween, we did a costume dress-up thing.
Yeah, I know
right?
it's cringy, like to a lot of people for a family costume dress-up thing.
Well, imagine like a birthday party, but everyone is in a costume.
In a certain theme.
Yes, it's in a theme. And it's just pretty much like our family.
Yeah.
And
your parents, your cousin,
yeah.
and us.
So there's really 7 of us
Mm-hmm.
that have done this for the last
5 years.
5 years.
Including 2020, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the last 5 years we've done this. And we decide on a theme every single year, right? So like last year was...
No, let's start from 2020. 2020, it was Toy Story.
Yep, Toy Story theme.
2021, it was the Flintstones. 2022, it was superheroes.
Okay.
2023, it was Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2024, which is now, is Super Mario.
Yes. So we were all dressed up in character as Super Mario characters today. And the reason I introduced you as my princess of a wife
yes,
is because you were Princess Daisy.
Yep.
And my mom was Princess Peach. And my dad was Bowser. And I was Donkey Kong.
I know.
And Dylan was Mario. And Faith was Luigi.
Yep.
And my cousin was Yoshi.
Yeah.
And so we had a lot of the main characters, pretty much everyone except
Toad,
Rosalina, maybe. I don't know. There's more characters, obviously, in Mario, but we definitely had all the main ones there.
Daisy wasn't really a main one, but
she's one of the princesses.
Yeah, she's with Luigi, so.
Yeah. So that was fun doing the pictures and stuff. We got a lot of good pictures.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll probably share some.
Yeah, we always do.
On the Discord. Yeah.
And
so
on
this
Instagram.
was this was another fun year.
It was. And this is like the gift that I won from my family members for my birthday.
It's her birthday. Like, how can we say no? She wants us to. Literally, I'm dressed up as a gorilla.
Yeah, so sexy. So yeah, the gift that you and your dad and your cousin formed towards me is to dress up, and even Dylan now he's more reluctant, and I'm just doing it now while the kids are younger because I know at one point they're probably not gonna be on board anymore, but I'm just milking it while it lasts. I'm just running out of ideas for 7 people, so.
Oh, there'll be plenty more ideas. Don't worry. And of course, no birthday party is complete without birthday cake.
Yes.
So we had a Mario-themed birthday cake.
Yep.
Which is not the first time we've had a Mario birthday in this family.
I know, that's true. But it's different. This time I had it more floral and pink.
Yeah, it's more peach and daisy
Yes.
themed. Yeah. But I think that's it for life.
And then the insides of the cake was funfetti.
Well, that's fun.
I thought it was nice because it's colorful. Kind of suit the theme.
Funfetti is not the best tasting.
Yeah.
But I do love the look of it.
That's
like,
definitely,
inside, You know, I do like that part.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's about it for life. It may sound little, but it was a lot, huh? Like energy-wise.
It was. There was a lot of stuff going on for us this week.
Yeah. But let's jump on to the gaming part, shall we?
Awesome. Yes. So it's been a few weeks since I've talked about Marvel Snap, but I have still been playing it the last couple of weeks. And one thing that I did want to talk about is they had this new game mode recently called High Voltage. And if you're familiar with Marvel Snap at all, this mode was different because instead of 6 turns, you only have 3 turns. And you draw 2 cards every turn instead of 1. And each turn, you kind of randomly get a whole bunch of energy, like between 2 and 5 energy, I think it is. So it's very like randomized because sometimes you'll just get a whole bunch of extra energy and you're playing a lot more cards each turn, but there's just less turns. So the game kind of moves a lot faster and it's like really like more like just more action packed. And it was a fun mode. I liked it. It was only around for like a week and they gave like some rewards for playing it. And I got most of them. I got a new free card out of it just from playing that mode. And it kind of got me thinking. And I was like, I hope this mode comes back. Or even better, I hope this mode like sticks around for good.
Nah, I doubt it.
I like that a lot better than like Conquest, for example, which is kind of another mode, which I don't even really play that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's like way longer games. Because like it's instead of just one game, it's play until basically a minimum of like 3 games. And so one thing when the event ended, they asked a bunch of questions like for feedback on the game mode of like, did you enjoy it, like would you want to come back, kind of thing, right? And so I was obviously they're asking people those questions because they're thinking about either bringing it back or just leaving it in, right? And so I hope they do. I hope they make it available again because that was a fun game mode for Marvel Snap, especially as I think it's been around for like 2 years now, and so maybe they do something to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, always always good when they introduce something new like that.
Yeah. And then of course I'm still playing We Are Warriors.
Oh,
Don't ask me why. I thought I would be done with this game.
I thought you were
like
too.
a couple of days.
That's what you keep saying. And last time you were sharing that you were in timeline 17.
Did I say that last time?
I'm pretty sure it was around there, even if you didn't mention it in the podcast. I remember last week.
Okay, yeah. And so now I'm looking at it right now. I am on timeline 29.
Oh, snap. Really? What? You're so invested in this. You even have a talent tree.
Yep.
What?
I'm progressing through the talent tree. I have 4 different heroes unlocked.
What?
And obviously a whole bunch of gear for them. The next thing is at timeline 30, so I'm only 1 away. I unlock like a new piece, like a new slot for gear, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll be able to collect like more gear.
I don't even have those heroes or something.
Yeah, I have 4 of them. They cost
start?
A lot. I don't even know. I don't remember. A long time ago.
Oh, wow.
And then at timeline 35, I unlock the last thing, which is going to be like another slot for my heroes, like for their gear.
Okay.
Which basically like buffs all of your troops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like anything else. But really that's the like level 35 or timeline 35 is like...
Is it the last one,
the furthest one. Like you don't unlock anything new after that. So that...
Did you check? Is that true?
I'm pretty sure. I don't see anything anywhere that's like you have to be past that timeline to unlock. So my interest will likely start slowing down then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it'll go away completely because I'm still having fun with this game.
Wow, you're going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, they give you a lot of free gems like every day, which you get cards, which gets you more damage and health. And every time you can go a little bit further, and it's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
So still enjoying it. I'm still playing it. They have like a new like event pretty much every week where it's actually really challenging, but you get pretty good rewards out of it. So I've been doing those too.
Good for you.
But yeah, what about you? Any mobile games you've been playing?
Just fruit merge, but nothing new to report. I mean, they do have a Halloween mode now.
Yeah, so fruit merge. That was the one where you kind of shoot the fruit down and you're trying to combine like the same kinds.
Yeah, to make
right?
it bigger. Yeah.
It combines into the next level of fruit. But since we're in the Halloween season, they changed all of the fruit to like the heads of Halloween monsters.
Yeah.
Right? So you have like werewolf and vampire and pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
And ghost.
Yeah, the ghost is cute. A cauldron.
Yeah, all like different Halloween things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah. Still
fun.
Cute, still therapeutic.
Yeah. And so that game's kind of fun. But yeah, that's it for mobile games that we've been playing.
And we did play a new game, but we will not dive deep into talking about it because we want to save that game for a review. And that game is called Tower Song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Tower Song is by an indie studio that has described it as a 2D JRPG. And I'm not going to say a lot because we're going to do like a full-on review of it, hopefully in the next episode or two, once we've able to finish the game. I'd say we're probably like halfway through.
Yes.
Now.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that I am enjoying it. And I'll have
Me too.
likes and dislikes to talk about when we do our full review.
Yep.
And kind of break down the game in more detail.
Definitely. But yeah.
But for now, we will leave it at that. But we are playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only other game that I've been playing some of is League of Legends, with still the kind of new mode that they have out, Ultimate Spellbook.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I found a new support character that I like even more. That's been a lot of fun. His name is Pike.
Okay. What does he do?
He's kind of, he seems like he's like a kind of undead-ish character. I don't know if that's what he is, but he kind of has like a weird hook thing, and he can go invisible, which is really good, which you can pair it with like certain ultimates in this mode, right? So you can like go invisible and then run into a bush and then pop out with like some crazy ultimate, basically. And so it's been really fun using him in this mode. So I'm actually excited to keep playing that character. But that is it for what we've been gaming this week. Let's get into the new game releases. Okay.
Yes.
We have Rivals of Aether 2 on PC, Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven on PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch, Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut on PC and all consoles, Windblown on PC, that's early access, Yakuza Kiwami on Switch, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X, Sonic X Shadow Generations on PC and all consoles, YSX Nordics on PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch, and Life is Strange Double Exposure on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
Wow. So does any of this stand out to you?
Well, Black Ops 6, because that's a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, you
right?
love Black Ops.
And I know this was supposed to be a big one because they were basically going to rework how Call of Duty movement is, because in basically every Call of Duty game up to this point, like you could run and like either slide or like jump, or like you could kind of do like a movement action, but that was only forward, right? Or if you're running, you could only run straight, right? Like ahead of you. You can't like run and be looking to your right or your left, right?
Yeah.
So now they're changing that, so like you can be looking a different direction than you're running, kind of. Basically, I think that's something how it is, which would drastically change how movement works for the game.
That's true. I've never noticed that before, that you can only run where you're looking. And now
You can like strafe like left and right,
Yeah,
you know,
but-
but like that's a slow walk,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Whereas like if you think about it in real life, like you could run and still like look
Yeah.
the other way
yeah.
or like
That's cool.
shoot the other way or something, right? And so it's going to make just like combat that much more
Realistic.
complicated and realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Complicated
so
is the word too.
I've been out of Call of Duty for a while,
Yeah.
and that'll probably take some getting used to.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll get more motion sickness with
I
that.
probably would. It'd be a lot more your screen moving around, basically.
I know. It'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I do want to get back into Warzone at some point, and I'm sure that movement will make its way over there too.
Yep.
So my time with Warzone is probably not done, so I'm sure I'll get to experience how they're doing things now. But then, of course, I also mentioned a Life is Strange game.
Yeah, I was going to say that was what stood out to me because
Right.
I love Life is Strange, and it's even the picture of this one, Double Exposure, was kind of like there was Polaroid or something, you know, like pictures.
yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting, and it is a direct sequel to other Life is Strange, not the True Colors. I think it's a different one, but yeah, I am definitely intrigued by it and can't wait for it to be available somewhere.
Cool. What about Game Pass games? What's new over there?
Game Pass games, interestingly, 3 of it are Call of Duty games.
Mm-hmm.
So Call of Duty Black Ops 6
Which was just released.
yeah. So it's already available on Game Pass.
Yep.
And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Which was the game prior to that one, the latest Modern Warfare.
And then Call of Duty Warzone on cloud. So all of it is on cloud, but Black Ops 6 is on console, PC, and cloud. Also released this past week is Ashen on console, PC, and cloud.
Okay, so I did just want to say that obviously we have some Call of Duty titles going over to Game Pass this week, and this is kind of another move with Game Pass adding like Activision Blizzard games, right?
Yep,
Because
yep.
we saw Diablo,
Yep, Diablo.
and I saw they're also working on adding StarCraft pretty soon as well, and I'm just wondering if there's going to be any perks with them adding Warzone, because Warzone is a free-to-play game, and it's weird for games that are already free-to-play to be on Game Pass, a subscription service, unless there's some kind of benefit to playing them there, right? Like
Yeah.
League of Legends is free-to-play, but if you play it through Game Pass, you basically unlock all of the champions, right?
Yeah.
So like there's your benefit to playing it through Game Pass. And so I wonder if Warzone, also being a free-to-play game, is going to have any kind of benefits, like having all of the weapons and attachments unlocked.
Yeah.
That would be really big for me as someone who hasn't played Warzone for a while and is not always up to date on like the latest Call of Duty games, right? Because you have to be playing those and unlock the guns and attachments and everything. And if they give that to you as part of Game Pass, that would be like huge for me.
Yeah. So you can find that out because it's already on Game Pass. So let me know.
Yeah, I guess I could Google that and try and figure that out. But that would be make or break. But yeah, that's it for the Game Pass games. So let's run through where people can find us.
You could find us over on YouTube, where there is audio versions of this podcast at the Gamer Parents Podcast channel.
Or over on Twitch at twitch.tv/gamerparentspod, where you could catch us live just about every Tuesday evening around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah. Or over on Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast.
Or over on X at x.com/gamerparentspod. But give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever it is, and we would greatly appreciate it.
The best way and place to find us is on our Discord server, and the link to that can be found in our podcast description.
Yes, that's where we're talking about life and games all throughout the week, so come join us over there.
Yep. But that is it for episode 112.
112 is in the books.
We will catch you in the next one.
Bye.